Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us with our wonderful teacher, Jack Stocken. Hey, Jack.
Morning, Bashir. How are you?
So, Jack, you told me that you have a hand for us, a hand from a recent tournament that you played with one of your online classes here at LearnBridge Online. We can hop right into this hand. But, Jack, anything we should be thinking about as we get started?
Yes, I think you should think about how to cause maximum annoyance to the opponents, with your opening bid, make life difficult for them. Also thinking about how we can compete in the bidding. Those are the two themes, really. Really put maximum pressure on the opponents and also think about how they can get into the bidding later.
All right. You guys heard what to plug into your heads. Let's load up the hand as we go, and Jack will talk us through it.
I
Let's
will,
see. Here
Bashir.
we
So
go.
there we
All
go.
right.
We're ready. So North has only got 9 points. They pass. 10 points from me. So, some people might open a skimpy one heart on the East hand with only 10 points. Rule of 19. I wouldn't mind that, but actually at the table they passed. They do
Okay.
say rule of 20 for the students, rule of 19 for the teachers and the experts.
That's great.
So non-vulnerable, I expect many experienced players would open a heart on the East hand. Now South, what would you open on the South hand, Bashir? 12 points, 7 good diamonds.
That's a beautiful hand. I mean, I suppose the is the obvious answer open one diamond. I mean, we have
That is the obvious answer. You're right, and many players would. However, you are third in hand, so partners passed. There's
yeah.
no chance of missing game. That's generally why we don't open at a 3 level in bridge with strong hands, because you might miss game if partner's got 13, 14 points.
Right.
Here, though, what I'd be thinking is we've only got 3 cards in the majors. We've got 1 spade and 2 hearts. I think we need to be a bit more, put a bit more pressure on the opponents here. So actually, at the table,
Yeah.
what do you think we opened instead?
Well, let's see. I mean, with 7 of them, would they even open a weak 3 diamond?
Does that answer your question?
Mm.
I like that. That's what we did. That's what we did at the table. And the singleton queen of spades is really waste paper anyway. So it's
Now,
not a
Jack,
great
just
problem.
real fast before we move on, what would opening 3 diamonds usually communicate to partner?
Well,
And
normally,
yeah,
yeah, it's a good 7-card suit with a couple of honors, suit quality,
yeah,
and between 5 and 10 points.
okay.
So
But
it's not as
following
though
2 passes, you think partner might understand we might have a little more strength than that?
well, no, I don't think they would. I think partners just
Okay.
got to assume it's a weak 3 diamonds.
Okay.
They would have no clue that we've got 12 points actually. But
Okay.
really, we've got, there's no downside in opening 3 diamonds, and this does make it really hard for the opposition,
Sure
especially if they've
does.
got a major suit fit.
Right.
So moving on, West passes, North passes, put up or shut up. But it comes round to East now, 10 points, 5 hearts, the ace, king, queen. Would you bid anything with that?
Well, gosh, immediately you see how annoying it is that South opened 3 diamonds instead of 1 diamond. We'd have a
Yeah.
very obvious overcall to make if it had just been 1 diamond. Can would we ever just bid 3 hearts, or would we double to say partner choose something?
Well, I think we've got to do something. You're in the protected position. Partner could
Yeah.
have 12, 13, 14 points West, for their pass. So we choose between 3 hearts and double. And, they're quite close, to be honest with you. I slightly prefer double here with
Okay.
the singleton diamond because, North-South are vulnerable. And it means that, if West has got length in diamonds, they can leave the double in, can't they?
Yeah.
Normally it's really, generally in bridge, it's better to overcall a 5-card major, the general principle. But here, I prefer double with that, and you can be, remember, in the protected position, we did a lesson on this a while ago, you can borrow a king, can't you?
Right. Yep. Members of Jack's class, take a look in the lesson library. You'll find the whole lesson on borrowing a king, as well as rule of 20s in there as well.
Yeah, so basically you can double in the protected position with as low as about 9 points. Here, you don't have to have the statutory 12 points to double when you're in the
Okay.
cheat scene. Now, Bashir, moving back round to West, would you do anything with the West hand? Your partner's made a takeout double, yeah,
Hmm.
and you're sitting there with ace, jack to 4 diamonds, etc.
So that double is saying, partner, tell me your best suit. What if our best suit is the one that the opponents bid?
Well, yes. So, what do you think? What do you think West is getting? At the moment, the contract is 3 diamonds doubled. Hang on,
Hey,
let's go
that
and do
doesn't sound too bad, actually. Bless
but
you.
does West like the idea of 3 diamonds doubled
Uh,
being the contract?
maybe as good as anything.
They love it, actually. With 4 diamonds, the ace jack, they've got the ace of clubs, they've got a very good
Right.
defensive hand. So, what they're doing is they've converted the takeout double
Yeah.
to a penalty double. Very
Awesome.
good. Now, Bashir, I'm going to put you to the test. Would you lead? You've got 2 choices of lead here. So don't look at
Yeah.
the other cards. And the students can do this as well. So students, just focus on that West hand. Would you honestly lead the 10 of spades or the 9 of hearts? Okay. So if everyone watching the video, forget the other 3 hands. I just
Mm.
want you to look at that one hand. It's
All
got
right. So
3
we're all
diamonds.
looking at West's hand is for the
Yes.
opening lead, which will come down around to South, who is declare.
Yeah.
Um,
Would you lead
And
the
take
double
your
and
time,
9
guys.
of
If you need
hearts?
to pause the video to think about this, feel free.
Yeah.
But please do leave a comment with your thinking about what your opening lead would be. The 10 of
Yes.
spades or the 9 of hearts, Jack?
Yes, so yeah, you wouldn't lead anything else. You wouldn't lead a trump. You'd never lead away from an ace. So those are the 2 leads. I think it's very close between the 2. So Bashir, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Are you a
Okay.
spade or a doubleton heart?
All right. I'm second guessing myself because you're asking this question, but I'm going with the 9 of hearts.
You're going with the 9 hearts, right? Well, at the table, it's very close. At the table, they led the 10 of spades, which I think would actually be my choice.
Okay.
Really, when you've got a doubleton, their doubleton leads aren't great. You're probably going to make most of your diamonds anyway. So I would have led the 10 of spades, which is what the robot did at the table.
Mm.
But I have good news for you, Brigitte. If you'd have found the 9 of hearts lead,
Yeah.
then this contract is going to go 2 down.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
look, you strike gold. So well done, viewers, if you did actually choose the 9 of hearts here, because it did strike gold, finding your
High
partner.
five to team 9 of hearts. Well done, everyone.
But it's slightly fortunate because, on another day, you lead the 10 of spades and you find your partner with the ace, king, queen of spades. So
Right.
it's just
Right.
unlucky that Dummy's got the spades.
We'll take our win this time, and next time we'll give it to team 10 of spades.
Yeah. But so, Bashir, what would you win with on Dummy here? Just looking at the hand.
Mm.
You've got the singleton queen in hand. You've got ace, king, jack to 5. Are you going to draw trumps with this hand? Or are we going to do something else? We've had a very fortunate lead in 3 diamonds doubled.
Right. So sitting south, well, we know that West let that double turn into a penalty double.
So we know that West has length in diamonds. Yes. Good. And we can always bring up the bidding here by clicking on 3 diamonds doubled. Look.
Mm.
But what we need to do, Bridget, is declare it. It's really, I like to count my losers. So
Okay.
potentially 2 losers in clubs, 2 in hearts, and let's say 1 in diamonds. Yeah.
Right.
But the second question I'd like, at least 1 in diamonds, probably 2. But what I like to do in these contracts is decide whether to draw trumps or not. So would you, win and draw trumps here? Or would you do something else?
I'm worried about I look at that lovely spade suit in North's hand, and I'm scared I'll never get back to it if I don't do something with it as
Correct.
quickly
No
as
entry for
possible.
dummy. So this technique is known in bridge as discarding a certain loser before drawing trumps. So
Mm.
what we do is we win with the ace of spades.
Even though we have to play that queen underneath it.
Correct, because there's no entries to dummy, as you pointed out. So we have to crack our own queen. Now what do we do at trick 2, do you think, having won the ace of spades?
Do we keep
Basically, this is
playing a
our
couple
last.
more spades?
Yes, let's take those discards, look. It's Christmas.
We can get rid of those heart losers.
Yes, and we're hoping they all follow suit to this one. So that's a little bit of
If you want
fortune.
no
Yes.
spoilers, just put on your blinders, guys. You can just block out East and West hand. Okay.
So there you go. Look, two heart losers have gone away. Right. So that's part one of the problem. What do we do next? Do you think we should? Do we get on with drawing trumps, or remember this is our last time in dummy?
Right.
We know that West has got length in trumps, so actually there's no rush to draw the trumps here.
Right.
We've had a great start. We've had a very lucky lead. It looks like we may even make this contract. It wasn't looking good on the outset.
Do we?
But
I guess the only other thing to do would be play. Could we try to finesse the Jack of clubs? Let it run.
yes, very good point. This is our last chance in dummy, so second player would definitely not cover with the Jack, seeing the 9 in dummy. So yes, well done. This is a really clever play. Now listen, do we play the 6 of clubs here, or do we overtake with the King or Queen?
Can we just let it go? I've now spoiled it by seeing what's in East and West hand. But
yeah, well, as you know, I like to have all 4 hands open when we play. I just find it much easier for teaching and with improvers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we do, it might be tempting to play the King or the Queen, but actually,
Right.
it's not really going to help us, because if it wins or loses, if we overtook with the King, for example,
Yeah.
loses to the Ace, and we now lose, 2 club tricks. But even if the King of clubs had won the trick there, we'd probably then still lose 2 club tricks, because we'd have to pay clubs out of our own hand. We'd lose to the Ace of clubs and the Jack. So very well done in letting that 10 of clubs run, because it's our only chance to be in dummy. We need to take that finesse of the Jack of clubs. Loses to the Ace. That's really good news for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was our only chance, and the odds definitely favour taking that 50-50 club finesse. It was the only time we could take it. They'd rapidly switched to a heart. Sorry, belatedly. But we rough. Now we can draw the trumps. I quite like to play the Queen first. Less chance that they're going to cover with the Ace, maybe. Thinking partner has the King. Just good technique.
I like that.
You like that? Just a little tip. Yeah, I don't really want them to cover first time round.
Right.
Now we can play the King. Won by the Ace. And we're pretty much...
There's nothing we can do about that. That's just, how the cards have fallen on the table.
But we're on easy street now. But we must just continue drawing trumps. The Jack and the 8 of diamonds are still out there, so there's the 10. But we are coasting to a victory.
Now we got it.
We have. Jack of clubs will be played there. Queen of clubs. Let's not forget that last trump. 9 takes out the 8. King of clubs is a winner. And a winning trump at the embassy. I think we're going to make 3 diamonds doubled here, look.
What
870. It's actually more than 870 because we're vulnerable. So that definitely, when we played this hand last week, that was the top score.
Jack, I'm as we so often comment about the number of lessons or topics that you teach that come up in almost any random hand. It's really, first, what a beautiful game, but what a lovely hand and a real life hand. We get to see how we get to put into action all of the things that we're learning in class.
It was great fun. As you know, on our online courses, we do lots and lots of lessons, but every 2 months or so, we all get together and do a live tournament on BBO. Just 8 hands, me going through the hands, asking students what they would bid, how they would play, totally interactive. And we try and get over 60% on BBO. And that's hands like this do come up, so it's a very instructive lesson that we've started doing about every 2 months.
Well, what we'll do, let's be sure we'll share the hand viewer link from BBO for this hand. We'll share it below this video in the description. You can click on that to try playing through different possible lines of play, including leading that 9 of hearts, and see how that plays out. Leave a comment, leave a question about the auction, about the bids. Would you have done something different? As always, any takeaways you guys, the viewers, have from this video, please share that in the comments below. Thank you, Jack.
You know, it's great hand, really interesting in the bidding, in the opening lead, and the play of the hand. And just, yes, to remind the viewers that when they use the BBO link, press play to click on all four hands. And then at the end, to the recommended line of play, press next. Just quick, and it quickly takes you through exactly how the hand should be played out.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jack, for saving and sharing that hand with us. Folks watching, you can learn more about Jack's weekly lessons here at LearnBridge Online at the link right there. It's in the description below. New members can start with a free trial. As soon as you join, you gain access to the entire library of lessons, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of them. So you can really start elevating your game right away. We'd love to have you join us. Thank you all for joining us for this video, and thank you, Jack.
Well, thanks, Bashir. As you know, yes, every Monday and Wednesday morning, I'm giving online lessons. The subscription covers both of those two lessons, and we have a lot of fun, live interactive. And if you can't make the classes, watch them in replay, as you said. So I hope to see you sometime soon, everyone.
Bye, all.
Bye for now.